today's video, I really wanted to focus on how to transition clients into a more low maintenance look. This look today, I'm only going to be highlighting around the front just to bring it up a little bit, and then everything else is going to be low lighted to do a sort of reversed balayage to really give the look a more lived in feel. And this is also going to make it a lot easier for your clients to maintain. With the low light color that I'm going to be applying, I'm only using a demi-permanent shade, so it will be a soft throw out and something that your clients can easily maintain. So let's get started.
Okay, so first what I've done is I've sectioned her into 6 sections, and I'm going to be starting in the front on whichever side is easier for you to start on. It really just depends on your preference. And I'm going to be following a sort of rounded section because our heads are round, our clients' heads are round, and we want to mimic where the hairline is so that when you pull the hair back, you're not going to have any empty spaces. So what I'm going to be doing in the front is a skip weave. So I'm going to be taking some bigger sections in between each section that I weave. So essentially I am picking one up and dropping down. So for this one, I've dropped down my first section and I am taking just a small weave on the top. The lightener that I'm using is the Kenra Simply Blonde Blue Powder Lightener, and I'm using a 30 volume developer. I'm only applying this to the regrowth because I don't want to lighten the hair that is already lifted. And what I'm going to be doing is just working my way up the section, doing the same pattern of taking larger subsections and then weaving the top. The reason why I'm doing this is because I am not looking for a heavy foil in the front. I just want to bring that brightness up a bit, but still maintain the dimension, the overall dimension, I should say, for the overall look. So you really want to put those foils in and follow the shape of the hairline, because again, you are wanting this to be, when the hair is down, still have that beautiful brightness around the face, but you also want to be able to, when you pull the hair back, not have it look streaky. So you still want it to be as diffused as possible. So now that I am closer to the top of the section, I am actually going to be taking smaller subsections because I want to create that money piece in the front. I really want to have more brightness at that top just so that it cascades the way I want it to. And just make sure when you are applying your lightener that you're feathering at the top and also feathering at that line of demarcation. You really don't want it to look disconnected. You want it to look as seamless as possible. And also in these sections, I am only folding over probably just one of the sides. The reason why is because I'm leaving out the mids and ends of these sections, but also because I don't want the lightener to swell towards the root. I want it to basically control that heat. So by leaving a little bit open, leaving that one side open, I'm allowing the heat another route to escape, which prevents swelling. So just a fun little tidbit for you guys. So now that we are towards the top, what I'm going to do is actually change my pattern just a little bit. So like I did with the other sections at the top of the section, I am taking smaller sections, but what I'm going to start doing here is actually do a little back comb. So this is going to give dimension to hide those more close together subsections that I did. So this again is going to give us that diffused look. And a fun little tip, you can either use your comb or you can use a little clip, but I really just like to keep my sections clean. I don't want to have any of the little back combed hairs falling into my foil. So I like to just kind of sweep those away with either a comb or a clip. So again, I'm just going to keep that other side open, just fold down one side, and I am just taking one section or one subsection at a time and just back combing these two subsections at the top, just to give that nice diffused line. And especially since we are only highlighting around the face, everything else is going to be a low light. We don't want it to look like it's too bright in the front. We still want to have it looking as seamless as possible. So now that we've finished this side, I'm just going to mimic everything that I did on this side on the other side. All right, so now that we've finished the other side in the front, we're going to move on to the back sections. So we're going to be starting at our bottom section. So this is basically from our occipital down to the nape. And what we're going to be doing here is a pattern of middle and then side, side. So each time we take a section, we're going to follow that pattern. So we're going to start in the middle, and we're going to take a heavy weave. You can make whatever pattern you want here, and then you're just going to back comb once or twice depending on the texture or density of the hair and however much diffusion you want. This is really a perfect time for you to be creative. And this is also where I'm going to just kind of as I want, I'm going to be pulling this low light through. Some sections I'm going to just kind of pull it down about 3/4 of the way. Sometimes it'll be halfway, just to really make sure that I don't have any harsh lines. Everything is going to be really seamless. So now that I've done that middle section, the next section I'm going to take down is from the side. And why I like to do this is because when you're laying them like this, you are making sure you are covering as much ground as you need to, but also you are keeping that pattern nice and diffused. This just really makes a very natural look. And it also gives some ribbons of color as well, which is just really beautiful, especially if you curl the hair to see those colors kind of cascading that way. So here I'm also just pulling it all the way through. And I'm going to be doing that on the other side as well. And then the next couple sections, I'll just be doing it about halfway. I don't really have a rhyme or reason for which sections I do that for, which I don't. To be honest, I really just kind of go with my gut of just knowing where the hair is going to fall, and you can customize this for each of your clients as you do it, because everyone wears their hair differently. Everyone has different swirls, things like that, different hair patterns. So this is really a chance for you to have fun and customize how you want to lay the color down for your clients. So all right, so now that we've finished our low lighting, what I'm going to do is take that same shade and I am going to apply it in between my foils in the front. I'm just really smudging it down and blurring where the natural root and the outgrowth is meeting. So I'm not going to be showing it in this video because I'm going to do a whole other video on toning, but after she's done processing, I'm going to be toning her with the Kenra Color 9GB in Demi with a 9 volume activator. And I'm just going to let that process for about 15-20 minutes. I usually check it in 15, and then if I need to leave it on a little longer, I do.
There you have it. She's done. So as you can see, she has a lot of that brightness brought back around her face, more dimension throughout her hair. You can see that her base color is still there, and we didn't bring any brightness up in the back, but what we did was just diffuse it a bit, just to kind of give it a bit more of a blend. It just brightens everything up and gives your client that more low maintenance look that they were looking for. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll put all of my formulas in the description so that you can recreate this on your own. And if you do, please tag me at For Love and Hair so that I can see it and reshare it for you. Thanks again. Bye.